Something just happened in the Gulf that the world was not ready for. America didn't just send a warning to Iran. America sent an entire army, by sea, by air, and underwater. And in less than 24 hours, Iran lost something it has been holding for decades. Control over the Strait of Hormuz, the most important waterway on the planet, is gone from Iran's hands. And the Gulf will never look the same again. Stay with me, because what happened here affects not just Iran, not just America, but the entire world economy. Before we get into what happened, you need to understand one thing. The Strait of Hormuz is only 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. That's it, just 33 kilometers. But through that tiny stretch of water, nearly 20% of the world's oil passes every single day. Saudi oil, UAE oil, Iraqi oil, Iranian oil. If this strait gets blocked or controlled by the wrong hands, oil prices explode, economies collapse, and wars start. Iran knew this. For years, Tehran used Hormuz as its biggest bargaining chip. Threatened to close it, threatened to mine it, threatened to block it, and the world would listen. But not anymore. Because America just changed the entire equation, permanently. Let's talk about what America actually did, and the scale of it will shock you. The United States didn't just send one or two ships, they sent a steel wall. Leading this operation is the USS George H.W. Bush, one of the most powerful aircraft carriers ever built. This ship is basically a floating Air Force base. On its flight deck alone, over 70 F-18 Super Hornet fighter jets, electronic warfare aircraft, early warning systems, and Seahawk helicopters. Nearly 5,000 personnel on just this one ship. It sailed from Norfolk, went around the entire African continent, past the Strait of Gibraltar, and locked its course directly onto Hormuz. Backing it up is the USS Abraham Lincoln, already positioned east of the strait, just 200 kilometers from the Iranian coastline. Two aircraft carriers, both pointed at the same target. But America didn't stop there. More than 15 advanced warships are already in the region. Guided missile destroyers, cruisers, amphibious assault ships, all on high alert. And the Marines? Nearly 6,000 of them, from the 31st and 11th Marine Expeditionary Units, are sitting in the Arabian Sea, waiting for one order. The message from Washington is crystal clear. We are here, we are not leaving, and we are in control. This isn't just a military show of force. The blockade is already working. In the first 24 hours of the operation, with over 1,000 American troops and dozens of warships locking down the strait, the number of ships that passed through Hormuz to or from Iranian ports was exactly 0, not 1. 10 commercial vessels tried to get through. They were turned back, bounced off like hitting a steel wall. 2 Iranian crude oil tankers tried to leave Chabahar port. They were intercepted by the USS Spruance, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. The radio message was direct and brutal. The U.S. has announced a formal blockade of Iranian ports. All vessels are advised to immediately return to port. Do not attempt to breach the blockade. And here's the smartest part of America's strategy. They are not blocking all trade in the Gulf. Ships going to non-Iranian ports? They pass freely. This is a surgical strike on Iran's economy, not a regional shutdown. America is cutting off Iran alone, while the rest of the world watches normally. So what is Iran doing about it? Tehran is not sitting still. For decades, Iran prepared for exactly this moment. Their strategy is called asymmetric warfare, and it's designed to hurt a bigger, stronger enemy without fighting them directly. Iran has between 600 and 800 speedboats, armed with machine guns and rocket launchers, patrolling the Iranian side of the strait. These boats are small, fast, and cheap. They swarm around American destroyers at 40 to 50 knots, trying to distract and pressure them. On April 11th, Revolutionary Guard boats attempted to swarm 2 American destroyers. Sharp warnings were broadcast. The Americans held their course. Iran is also filling the skies with drones. Over 200 surveillance and attack drones are now active over the strait. And beneath the water, the picture is even darker. Reports suggest Iran has laid dozens of naval mines in Hormuz. Some estimates say nearly 6,000 mines are in or near the region. These aren't simple explosives. Some sit on the seabed and detonate when ships pass over them. Others drift with the current, making them nearly impossible to predict. Iran's message is simple. Yes, you're bigger, but we can make this very, very expensive for you. America has an answer for every one of Iran's threats. For the mines, U.S. minesweepers sailed all the way from Japan to reach the Gulf. Underwater drones are mapping the ocean floor. When a mine is found, a small robot swims directly to it and destroys it with a shaped charge. Each one of these robots costs $1,000. Each mine it destroys cost Iran just $2,000. It's an expensive game, but America is playing it. For the drones, on April 11th, U.S. forces destroyed an Iranian surveillance drone. For the speedboat swarms, the A-10 Warthog aircraft are in the region. Their cannons fire thousands of rounds per minute and can destroy entire speedboat fleets in one pass. America has a counter for everything. Now here's where this story gets truly global. This isn't just about Iran. There's a second country watching this with complete panic: China. Before this conflict, more than 90% of Iranian oil went directly to China. Every tanker that left Iran carried hundreds of millions of dollars into Iran's military budget. That money funded the drones, the speedboats, the missiles, the mines. If America cuts off Iran's oil exports, Iran doesn't just lose money. China loses one of its biggest oil suppliers overnight, and Washington knows this perfectly. This operation is not just about closing a strait, it's about cutting off Iran and squeezing China at the same time. The Hormuz blockade is sending a message to Beijing just as loudly as it's sending one to Tehran. America controls the Gulf, and it controls who gets the oil. When you put all of this together, 2 aircraft carriers, 6,000 Marines, minesweepers, a blockade that already stopped every ship in 24 hours, the picture becomes very clear. America is not just trying to open Hormuz. America is locking it down permanently, on its own terms. And the Gulf will never be the same again. So here's my question for you. Do you think Iran can survive this blockade? Or is this the beginning of the end for Tehran's power in the Gulf? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If this video gave you something new to think about, hit that subscribe button, because the next chapter of this story is coming very soon. This is TGN. Thank you for watching. Sonnet 4.6.